So Jason, that 41 Chevy, is that your first and only classic car?
Actually, you know what? My first classic car, dude, it is, believe it or not, when I first got my driver's license, man, my stepdad used to build cars, man, and I got this 69 Ford El Torino. It was canary yellow. And I bought it from this old lady for $500. It was all original. I threw some true spokes on it. It was off and running, dude.
Nice.
And rode that for a while. And then as I got older, like when I started my tattoo career, and I actually, it's funny, is I did a Coke commercial, man. And it paid off really well. And when I got that, I had some money, dude, and I was sober, tattooing, and I bought a 54 Ford Custom line, and it was custom, had a Chevy grill in it, and so that was my second classic. And then after I sold that, I started getting back into bikes. I had a shovel head, had a couple bikes, and then moving forward, in the last 5 years, I bought the 41, and then right after that, I had an option to buy a 57 Apache pickup, and it was also chopped. And that's being in the shop right now. It's been in the shop for a couple of years, being painted by this dude named K-Daddy. Paints a lot of the cars from Genocide Car Club, really creative nice. Dude. So I'm working on that, and I have the 41, and yeah, man, those are, mostly the cars that I have. I haven't been in the car scene, but I've always, rolled with my stepdad, always gravitated towards the old cars. It's just something that we did in the neighborhood. People had cars, we'd roll out in them, and when I was young, I'm like, I'm going to get me one of those. I had a 67 Volkswagen,
right.
Was in a little car club back in.
It's customary for the culture, though.
Yeah, it's just part of it,
Yeah.
Punk rock, skating, surfing, and custom cars, dude. And it's funny that it still adapts to me till today. I mean, I can't skate anymore, but it's part of what ST Tattoo is about, People ask me what kind of shop is it? It's a lifestyle shop, and the cars have a big part in it.
Right.
Yeah.
And like you belong to the Dogtown Car Club, and
yes.
You're one of the founders?
Yes.
And like, how many members are there, and how did you guys even come about? How did that start?
Right now we have 12 members. 8 of those members are founding members. They're original members. They're dudes that I grew up in school with, dudes that live in the neighborhood. Some of those guys to be part of a different club that we had been a part of. And that club is no longer exist. And at that point in time, we had been thinking about starting the Dogtown Car Club, but obviously it's a skateboard company. Its roots are in Venice and Santa Monica. So we had to go to the big dog, Jim Muir, and say, hey, this is what we're thinking, man. What do you think about it? So we sat down, had a meeting with him. He wanted to be a part of it. It had to be a certain way. It's family oriented, no drama, no outsiders. Everybody that's in our club is from this part of town. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And people ask us, are we going to expand, to different cities? And expanding, it's like it can't be Dogtown SGV because it don't exist. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so to have most of my friends that I grew up with and people from this neighborhood, there's a handful of guys that want to get in the club, and we're kind of, I wouldn't say prospecting them. They're just kind of hanging out and see it, because when you join a club, it's got to be good for you too, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta have the time for it, and you gotta, be respected by everybody else and be friends with everybody else. You just can't get Tom, Dick, and Harry in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to have a custom car. It's got to be rolling, and you got to be able to spend some time doing that. So we're very selective on who we have in the club.
But you got to be, right? You have to be to keep it original.
You have to be.
You know, you can't be from Temecula and say I'm from Venice 13.
The only
You know what I
time
mean? You're gonna start a clique out there.
right. The only time with something like that would happen is if, like, say, he had a bro that I grew up with. He moved to the valley, but he comes down here and hangs out.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But and we do have a couple dudes that are originally from Venice. 2 older dudes. They live in Santa Clarita, but they roll Dogtown.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just part of the culture and the message behind it. You know, respect everybody, help everybody out. You know, and
tradition, man.
And ride. You know,
Yeah.
and ride. Just like every car clubs. Sometimes they get too big. Sometimes there's drama.
Yeah.
Sometimes they fold. Sometimes they got chapters all over the world.
Sometimes they turn into a gang.
Yeah,
Car
dude.
clubs go start turning into a gang.
Yeah.
I can name a few right now.
That's
but I ain't
right,
gonna
dude. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
do it. You know?
yeah, but that's how you could. So you keep it positive.
Yeah.
You keep it positive. Do you guys do any like things for charity and like things for like do you guys do events?
Yeah, we do. We do one every year, and you know, we've had success with them before. You know, with different partners. One partner we didn't have success. Another partner we had great success. That guy turned it over to us. It's coming July 26th, and it's on the Venice Boardwalk. It's 250 something cars,
Damn.
vendors from the skate park all the way to the basketball courts. It's classics, custom, lowriders, Volkswagens, and it's just something that we do for the community. Part of the money goes to charity of our choice. We try to do something every year. Every year we have a toy drive that we do for
Christmas and all?
Spark of Love for
okay.
the
Nice.
fire department.
Nice.
And yeah, it's going to be, we do try to do something new every year. This year, we're going to be doing it a little bit different. We might have a kids zone coming up, live graffiti, but we're still working on getting all the bugs out of it. And yeah, it should be something very special. And it's not just a local thing. We got dudes coming from Victorville, from Huntington Beach, from Arizona. And it's a more of an all-around kind of show. It's not just a lowrider show. It's not just a lead sled show. It's, people from all around, different cars. And it's a really fun event, man. You got 40,000 people that visit Venice Boardwalk on any given weekend. And to have it on a summer weekend on the boardwalk, it's just incredible.
Man, that's something to look forward to.
Try to catch me howling at the moon.